Thank you guys for being here, because we see some really heavy stuff right here, so I wore this on purpose, so even if I don't get any laughs, the laughs will be on me, okay? So, just look at, if I bomb, and which I will, you just look at the jacket, and we'll just take it from there. I've been doing the bridge ever since what Gabby said from the beginning, so I've always done the show, and I love doing it, but I keep going over, so how much time do I have so I can set a timer? 15 minutes? Okay. Well, we're not supposed to have our phone out. Don't do what I'm doing. But I'm just going to set a timer, and if it goes off, then I'm going to stop. Okay? If I'm in the middle of a story or anything, I'm just going to stop. Okay. Timer set. 15 minutes. Clock's ticking. Okay. Hi. After the show is over, I'm going straight home to take a nap. Because I'm old. Okay, this show ends at 9:30 and 9:34, I will be asleep. Okay, I've expended all my energy because I'm old. Okay, I was born in 1966. Okay, don't do the math, it's 53. Okay? Yeah, it's like, man, he looks good for 53, doesn't he? Yeah, I do. Thank you. You know why? And because I'm not used to this space, it's like people are backing up from me. It's like walking into a Dave Matthews concert. Just like everybody just like backs up and makes a semicircle. The reason why I look this good at 53 years old, you want to know why? You want to know the secret of looking this good at 53? 2 reasons. Not married, no kids. Family youth, baby. No wife. No children. That's right. That's why I look this good. And then people always ask me, my married friends always ask me, well, geez, you have no wife, you have no kids, what do you do with all your free time? I'll tell you what I do. Nothing. I do nothing because you can't. That's exactly why I do it. But it's hard work. It's hard work doing nothing. Because the idea of doing anything could lead to something. And that something can cut into your nothing. And then I'd have to drop everything. So it's hard work being single. You don't understand. Because we got a weekend coming up. And on Monday, I have to listen to all my married friends, men and women, talk about their weekends, because that's what you have to do. How's your weekend? Hey, how's your weekend? It's Monday, you have to answer, it's the law. You can't escape it. On Monday, everyone's going to ask you how your weekend was. Even if you worked every day, even if your weekends are Tuesday and Wednesday. If you have a retail job. Monday, people are going to ask you, how was your weekend? And I will say the same thing I always say, even if it's not true. I didn't do a damn thing. Absolutely nothing. They will regale me about their tales of vomit in their purse and Legos that they stepped on, and I had to take Barry to soccer practice, and I forgot to pick up Jasmine from band practice, and the kids didn't have a casserole, and I had to make something at the last minute, and their cookies had to be done, and one of the cookies had crayons in it, and I stepped in a log, and all this. And all this is going on while I'm fast asleep in my apartment. And it's like, like sleeping in the middle of Times Square. There's all this stuff going on, but I have no idea. Because I'm single. And I realize how great it is for me, but I don't realize how it looks to other people. Because I have a nephew who sees me as his hero, his Uncle Craig, because I'm the cool uncle, right? Because, I live by myself. Because my brother, he's married, obviously, because he's there. So everybody he knows got married to kids. But see, I'm a cool uncle because I don't have that. So he's got a girlfriend. My nephew's 23. He's got a girlfriend. He's telling them about his cool Uncle Craig, single, living by himself. He's talking about my apartment and how cool it is. He said, Uncle Craig's single, living in a 1-bedroom apartment in Rittenhouse Square. And her girlfriend goes, no, so he's gay. But he's defending me though. And he's like, no, my Uncle Craig. He lives in a Rittenhouse Square apartment. It's cool, it's classy. She goes, does he have a roommate? He goes, no, he lives with his cat. Then she said the 3 worst things you never want to hear in that conversation. My nephew said, he's not gay. And she goes, you sure? Are you sure? And then it hit me. Then I realized how it looks. Because then I realized how I look. Because it's not the first time since I've been alive for 53 years that somebody thought I was gay. Or a whole group of people thought I was gay. Because I realized in my travels that I'm associated with what, for some reason, being gay is, or how it looks. Because I'm single, I'm thin, and I'm neat. For some reason, single, thin, and neat equals gay. I never understood that. I mean, it's not like if I was overweight, sloppy, and had a wife, I wouldn't be attracted to gay men. But I have yet to hear gay men just walk up to me and say, well, if you untuck your shirt, gain a couple pounds and lose a wife, then maybe I'd be into you. And it's weird, I don't know why neat equals gay. It's like, if that was like the criteria for being gay, because, it's like, hey, did you hear about Craig? I heard he's, but see, if it was like being neat, then, hey, did you hear about Craig? I heard he's yo, man, I heard that Craig was like, yeah, he's one of those. But I get it, I understand. But it still doesn't stop me from wanting to remain single, because I can't get married. People always ask me, that when you get married, and telling a married person the same thing when they ask me, well, when are you getting married? And I was like, never. Because single people don't give a shit. Married people always want to know when you get married, because they want you to join them. See, it's like they're a cult. Like it's like handing out pamphlets. Come on, man. You want to join us? Come on. Yeah. But telling a married person that I've never been married, I get the same reaction as telling a white person that I've never been arrested. They find out how old I am, but I've never been married. And I had the same reaction as a white person. I tell them how old I am and I've never been arrested. And they're both like, really? Not once? Nobody got you one time? Even just like by mistake? Wow, man, you're living a life. That's what I don't, and that's what I try to get to. But the thing is, even if I was gay, now I'd be doing it wrong. If I was gay now, I'd suck at it. Yeah, and I don't mean it like that. That's not how I meant it. I mean, obviously if I was gay, I would have to suck something, but not what I'm talking about right now. I'm saying that if I was gay right now, even though in my private life there would be some sucking going on, but I'm saying if I was gay, I would be bad at it. I would be terrible because of the unrealistic gay stereotypes we have right now. RuPaul, Billy Porter, Karama, Kanye. I can't live up. I can't measure up to that type of gay black male. You saw Billy Porter at the Oscars. He had a check mark on his head. I can't pull that off. And just the name RuPaul, it's synonymous with that's what you're supposed to. And I can't pull that off. I can barely pull this jacket off, okay? It's probably the gayest thing I have. But I understand how it looks and how, it feels, but, that's just one thing that I have to deal with, being, this color and this age and, and this height and this weight, because I don't know if you guys notice this, but my description, because if I walk by, because I live in Rittenhouse Square, okay, which is it's a powder keg, because I live there. Because if anything happens in Rittenhouse Square, I fit the description. You don't realize this? Just by looking at me, if I walk away right now, you give a description to the cops, and I fit the description. A 5-foot, light-skinned black male between 5'8" and 5'10", with a trim build. I look like everybody. Do you understand? Between 5 to 5'10", 5'8" and 5'10", light-skinned black male with a trim build. That follows me everywhere I go, because that's the description that every person gives when they can't find a black person that did something wrong. I lived here during when the Center City Stalker was a thing. There was a guy, the Center City Stalker, who raped, unfortunately, and killed a woman at 23rd and Spruce. And this was before the internet. So he had a police sketch drawing and it was placed all over Rittenhouse Square, where I live, my apartment. It was like, it happened a block and a half away from where I lived. Okay, but here's a description of a light-skinned black male between 5'8" and 5'10" with a trim build. I saw this sketch everywhere, every day, for at least 3 months. I looked at this picture so many times, I thought I did it. That's how much it looked like me. And like, I got scared going outside my apartment because I thought somebody was going to stop me. They would think I was the center city stalker. So I would go outside, even when I go to work, I put dark glasses on. Then I put my hat on. And then I still thought people were looking at me, so then I put a hoodie on. Hoodie, dark glasses, my hat. Kept away from people, wasn't looking at anybody. Cops came by, just go like that, and they still pick me up. I can't win. It's like, that's how it is. Look, guys, because I have all this space, I'm gonna use it, and I told you I'm old. I gotta live with you. The reason why all this has happened to me over the years is because I was born during an era where parents tried to kill their kids. Every day, whether you know it or not, and if you're old enough to remember what being a kid was in the late 60s, early 70s, your parents hated you. Because they honestly didn't care whether you lived or died. Because the playgrounds where I was sent to play at were asphalt playgrounds. Street, concrete, chipped, hard surfaces. And this is over swings. Swings that in some cases were wooden, that had battleship chains attached to them. While the wood would chip off into your shorts, which were up to here, while your tube socks were up to here. So you had nothing protecting you from this splintered sized wood with the rusted battleship chains that are holding them, while you swung back and forth over concrete. Not to mention the sliding board, the stainless steel sliding board that doubles as a hot plate during the summer that you have to slide down while the only thing protecting you is the tube socks up to here and the short shorts up to here. See, and when you slid, the rest of the skin here would remain on the sliding board. But please, go out and have fun, kids. Or for more recreation, I could ride my bike, which had the, I could put my baseball cards in to make the wheels, louder. But the bike that I had, which was all I wanted, had no brakes on your hands. So in order to stop riding the bike, you had to pedal backwards to stop because there was no brakes. And kids, this was before there was shoulder pads, elbow pads, helmets, laws. The only thing protecting you from going over your handlebars was the tube socks and the short shorts that came up to here. So this is what shaped my childhood, because I know I could encounter anything. So if the worst thing is someone thought I was gay, I said that's fine, because I had an active childhood where every single day my life was on the line. And see, you babies will never know a world without a cell phone, because your parents know where you are every second of every minute of every hour of every day. My parents never did. Because when they would send me out to play on the Death Trap playground or the Death Machine bicycle, once I left the house, I was gone. I was like Kaiser Soze. Like I never existed. Because once I left the house, once I left the safe domain, there was no accountability. I could be anywhere, with anyone, doing anything. How would they know? I mean, your neighborhood watch was like every mom on the block, had to watch you, and because that neighborhood watch meant that other moms were allowed to beat your ass if you got out of line. That's as far as the neighborhood watch goes, because if you went outside your neighborhood, again, you were off limits, gone. No accountability. You were left with a promise to come home once the street light came on. The street light determined whether you would live or die. You're holding the fate of your life hangs on whether or not you were on your way home or at home when a street light came on. Do you understand what that means? That means that you could be out committing murder, robbing a bank, grand larceny, but if you're not home by the time that street light comes on, then you're in trouble. And wait, is that mine? Yes. What? I went over my time? You guys didn't tell me anything? Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you had to be part of this. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Craig Liggeons. This has been The Filler. I'm between two artists. There was one really ahead of me. There's going to be one really great one after me. I'm just a person in between. Thank you for your time.